Good evening, everybody. How's it going? I just saw some exciting news. Star Wars Bounty Hunter is coming out on modern consoles and the PC. That's a game that I never played back in the day. When it came out, I was, when did it come out? 2002, I think. Let's see. Yeah, 2002. Okay. So when that came out, I really wasn't doing any console gaming. I was primarily playing PC. I don't even know if I owned a Dreamcast. That's really the only console that I had, and a Nintendo 64. And I didn't have a GameCube or a PlayStation to play Bounty Hunter, so I never played it. And it's a game that gets recommended to me all the time, but I'm not going to go out and buy a PlayStation or buy a GameCube just to play Bounty Hunter. But I guess it was announced earlier today that Star Wars Bounty Hunter is coming out on the PS5, the modern Xbox consoles, and the PC, so I'm finally going to be able to check it out. But welcome, guys. The topic of conversation is whatever the fuck you want it to be. You know how these things go. We rarely stay on topic. We rarely talk about the subject, if there is a subject. Well, welcome, one and all. Oscar Rodriguez, Space Nerd, Nin Revo, Fat Man Plays, Lil DJ Boy. There you go. Well, welcome, guys. Will you be streaming any games soon, Daniel? Yeah, I'm trying to get back into the swing of things, man. Like, with the kid on summer break and, just working a lot, and I have family coming into town in a week, and we've just been preparing for things. I haven't really done anything on the channel for a long time, and right now I'm getting back into the swing of, like, videos and scheduling some streams and stuff. That being said, if I do play any games, Star Wars games, it's going to be Jedi Survivor. I still haven't beat that game, So hopefully in the not too distant future. What I like to do, man, whenever I play a game on the channel and I stream it, I usually like to play it during the day, like a daytime stream. Just like block off a certain amount of time, a couple hours to like run through a few Jedi Survivor. Knock off a few hours of Jedi Survivor during the day. For whatever reason, I enjoy that. That's impossible right now just because, with my daughter on summer break, not in school, I'm not going to sit there and play a video game for 2 hours while she's, around the house by herself. I'm not going to do that. That's really why you haven't seen much of me. But yeah, Bounty Hunter was one of my first ever PS2 games as a kid. Still haven't beaten the game. Nice, man. Yeah, like I said, Brandon, it just kind of passed me by. In 2002, I was a junior in high school, and I was playing Counter-Strike, and I was playing Ultima Online, and if a game came out, I probably didn't check it out because I was so obsessed with those two games. And I didn't have a GameCube or a PlayStation growing up, so... Or at that age. But yeah, anyway. Daniel Ambrose, good to see you, man. Daniel, thank you so much for Super Chat channel support of the stream. Daniel says, it feels like a show Lucas would have made in the 80s, and that's somehow both the best thing and the worst thing about it. I'm enjoying it mostly. Yeah, it's kind of funny, like, I've only seen the first 3 episodes, but I see a lot of people ranting and raving in a good way about the 5th episode. So I'm probably going to end up watching episodes 4 and 5 tomorrow at the station. But it's funny, as I was watching the first 3 episodes, I had that exact thought. I talked about it in my video today. How, as I was watching it, I was just thinking to myself, like, this is very prequel-y. I wonder if prequel fans are liking it. Obviously, that's a pretty broad statement. That statement's not going to be true for everybody. Obviously not. But I was like, this feels, out of all the other projects that have been made, I feel like this feels very prequel-y. And not just because of the visuals, but while that does help, the dialogue, the acting even. I don't know. But yeah, I completely agree, Daniel. I'm not surprised that a lot of people aren't liking it. I mean, fuck, it's just kind of modern Star Wars projects are already starting in a hole with some people, and they have to claw themselves out of this hole to get any kind of recognition or appreciation. You know, it's just kind of like, instead of starting at a baseline of 0, people just are, before a project even comes out or before they even finish a series, they're already, you know, putting all the way in negative 100, and it has to claw its way back out. So, you know, there's not much hope for for some people in terms of enjoyment when you're looking for the tiniest little nitpicks and things to complain about. It just kind of, you know, it's how it is. It's really always been like that, but oh well. But I appreciate that, Daniel. Evans Media, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support as well. Evan says, "Hey, Greedo, graduating from high school tomorrow morning. Gonna be crazy. The year flew by." That's a late graduation, man. June 27th. Gonna be crazy. The year flew by. On to film school in the fall. LOL. Also haven't seen Acolyte. You'll get around to it. No rush, man. Dude, It took me like a week to watch 3 episodes. I tried to watch, so I worked 48 hours straight. I worked back-to-back shifts, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna watch The Acolyte. It took me 2 full days to get through the first episode, not because I wasn't enjoying it or whatever, but because every single time I sat down with my laptop and put my headphones in, we got a call, and I was like, damn it. So it literally took me 48 hours to watch 1 episode of The Acolyte. It's not the best way to watch an episode of a show. I understand that, but yeah, you'll get around to it, man. You'll get around to it. But congratulations. That's you know, that's an exciting and terrifying time, Evans. Like, you know, I can think back. I graduated in 2004. Like, literally my 20-year anniversary is this year. Graduating high school. It already passed, I guess. Yeah, I didn't even think about it. That's funny. I didn't even think about it until just now. Like, oh yeah, it's been 20 years. Oh, it was like a month ago that it was 20 years ago to the day. That's funny. Yeah, it's like an exciting time and a terrifying time because you got everything ahead of you, and you know, it's okay not to know what the hell you want to do, although you're going to school, film school, and that's great. But this goes for anybody, man. Like, at the age of 18 when you're graduating high school, it's completely fine to not know what the hell you want to do. It took me a long time to figure that out, you know, jobs, careers, and now I'm happy with my decision, you know. But it's great, you know. So yeah, I think there's too much pressure on kids to figure out what the hell they want to do at the age of 18 right after high school. There's nothing wrong with taking some time off, working an odd job, and traveling a little bit, you know, making the best of a year or two, just exhaling and experiencing life instead of jumping right into college and just, you know, going for a degree just because that's what you're supposed to do, right? Everybody has their own path. Yeah, man, congratulations. And best of luck to you. And it's good to see you, brother. Have a good one, man. And good luck in film school. I'm curious. You know, I'd love to know what you're doing, what you're learning. So as you're going through your first year, you know, pop into the chat from time to time and just kind of, because I've never experienced that. I'd love to just kind of get a feel for what that's like, you know. But yeah, anyway, I appreciate that, man. Where does that say? It's annoying to have issues with the show, but be called a shill if you're not angry about Kiadamundi or whatever. Yeah, it's Garbo toxins. It's just how it is, you know. Everything is so black and white. I feel like my live streams and my comment sections and stuff like that are pretty mellow relative to a lot of other communities. There's nothing like that here. You know, if somebody pops into the chat and they talk like that, generally it's just somebody who's never been around this community, and you know, they're just coming in to stir some shit. It's silly labels that get thrown around onto people for liking or disliking something. You know, it's dumb. It's dumb. You know, not everybody who likes the Acolyte likes it for political reasons or because they're a shill and they just soak everything up that Disney is making. No, that's a silly, simplistic way of looking at it. That's stupid. That's boiling people down into simple labels to, I don't know, help your dumb brain, you know? And the same is true in the opposite spectrum. Not everybody who dislikes it is like a bigot or whatever and stuff like that. It's just, I don't know, it's people trying to easily define human beings, and human beings are not easily definable. Unless, you know, it's transparent that you just kind of stir shit up on the internet for ad revenue. I mean, there's a lot of that going on, right? Then it's pretty easy to to label people because it's transparent what's going on. But anyway, let me take a quick sip. Vince, thank you so much. It's good to see you, man. Vince, let's see. Oh, I meant to. I've been enjoying your pizza posts. I haven't. Yeah, you just posted. Wait, what is that? What am I looking at? Is that old boxing footage, Vince? Wait, what am I looking at? Anyway, I've been enjoying your food posts. I just see the sushi one. This pizza came out a little weird. Making sushi is a pain in the ass. Go to a sushi place, never make sushi. Interesting. My wife, I don't think she's ever attempted to make sushi. She's a good cook. And Vince, you're gonna be like, what the hell? But I actually just tried sushi for the first time couple weeks ago. I never grew up eating it, you know. Me and my family growing up, we never ate seafood. Like, we were a very meat and potatoes family. It wasn't until I started dating my wife back in 2008 that I started eating fish. Really, I still don't really eat like shelled fish or shrimp and stuff like that for whatever reason. You know, it's not really my thing. But I did just try sushi for the first time a couple weeks ago, and I was like, this isn't bad. It didn't. Maybe it was just the place. Although the place has been said to be really good, and my wife loved it. But I ate. I don't even remember what kind of rolls I got. I was just like, yeah, it's all right. I mean, I probably wouldn't order it again. I'd rather just get like hibachi. I don't know, but it wasn't really my thing. I put a lot of wasabi on mine, which I like wasabi quite a bit. But anyway, on to what you actually sent over. Vince says, after watching a lot of your videos, I've decided to live by the mantra, don't be embarrassing as a man. LOL, enjoyed the video. Yeah, I guess I should specify as a human being. I do think about that, Vince, like the future and how things will be perceived. And that, you know, that doesn't dictate my actions necessarily or what I say. But I do think about it, like in the future, let's say 20 years from now, I want my daughter to find this this silly dumb HelloGreedo YouTube channel that I started in 2011. And I want her to just there's this huge catalog of discussions and conversations and videos and live streams that she can access. It's kind of neat, and she can, if she wants to, she probably won't give a shit, right? Most time kids won't give a shit about that kind of stuff. I have a time capsule built for my daughter, for our daughter, and like I'm putting all this stuff in, and I'm burning her music CDs. You know, I'm like making a list of movies that I can't, like, I hope she likes, and like I can't wait to show her. I'm putting like newspaper clippings in there and a thumb drive with thousands of pictures of her childhood. And I'm sitting there like organizing this time capsule. In the back of my mind, I'm like, she's not going to give a shit about this stuff. It's all for nothing. But I do think about that, Vince. Like, I want her to be embarrassed of me because I'm a silly goose on the internet, or I'm just a silly dude, you know. I don't want her to be a bit like embarrassed of me. Like, oh no, 20 years ago, Dad made 1,000 videos bitching and moaning about an actress saying something that he didn't like. How fucking embarrassing. Oh no, Dad. Oh, one sec.
Long-term as casual viewers go in with low expectations. It's not as good as Anta or TLJ, but fun and adds to the lore. I love how the rest of fandom is rejecting haters.
I appreciate that. Breshvik and Oscar, thank you guys so much. Give me one sec. Yeah, like I don't want her to, I don't know. I think about that, man. Like, oh no, Dad, 20 years ago, Dad made 1,000 videos because somebody asked a TV writer if she thought it was the gayest Star Wars, and then they all had a good laugh, and it wasn't meant to be any kind of serious conversation. It was like 30 seconds, but Dad made 1,000 videos complaining about it. How fucking embarrassing. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I think about that, the march of time and how these things are going to be perceived. Oh no, Dad made 1,000 videos about something being woke. Oh, how fucking embarrassing. Like, right? Anyway. But yeah. Oh yeah, Kenshin. There's definitely a couple letters, but yeah. Oscar, but I appreciate that, Vince. Cheers, man. Oscar Rodriguez, thank you so much as well. I find it hilarious how we age restrict alcohol, but we're totally okay with signing our lives away and pile on decades of debt at 18. I'm glad I'm out of it. Yeah, it's crazy, Oscar. I completely agree. Like, the stigma of drinking and alcohol. It's a problem and prevalent all around the world. But if you're able to be drafted, or if you're able to, enlist into the military at 18, which is fucking crazy to me. Like, I was 21 when I enlisted, which is still crazy to me, but like, I'm 38 now. Thinking back at 18-year-olds, like, just signing up, I don't know why. Like, I look, I'm an older guy on the job, on what I do, and I just, it's interesting to me to look at these younger kids and just be like, golly, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's weird to me. So young, 18. Yeah, you're able to saddle yourself down with just decades of debt at 18, but you can't order a Miller Lite. Oh no, you can't have a Miller Lite. Oh no, you're not old enough to have a glass of Cabernet Sauvignon. But here, enjoy, have this Mossberg and go clear a room. But yeah, Oscar. Yeah, something needs to be done. I don't know. I'm too dumb to understand it, but there does need to be a revamping, a reworking of how. I don't know how you're able to. I don't know the solution, man. I don't know the solution. Too many kids just graduate in high school and just instantly be saddled down with decades of debt. And college isn't for everybody. I should never have attempted it. I just should have enlisted immediately and then just gone into this career. It wasn't for me at the time. I didn't have the maturity level, But anyway, Oscar. Absolutely. Cheers. Breshvik, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Breshvik says, review bombs may help the show long-term as casual viewers go in with low expectations. It's not as good as Andor or TLJ, but fun and adds to the lore. I love how the rest of fandom is rejecting haters. Yeah, it's funny, like, the review bombing or whatever you want to call it. You go through Rotten, and people, like... There's a bunch of people who are like defending the fact that it has like a 13% on Rotten Tomatoes, and then you go and read these reviews and it's like half a star and it just says, like woke, Disney, Star Wars, dumb, like it's just like a sentence long of just buzzwords, and then you look at other shows and movies and stuff that have the term Acolyte in the title, and people I don't know if it's just bots or whatever, but those movies or shows or whatever that have nothing to do with Star Wars have 1-star reviews for a Star Wars show saying like Disney woke. So like obviously there's a lot of bullshit. I'm not saying that everybody likes it and a lot of the criticism and reviews are not legitimate, because they are. But the fact that what has a 14% on Rotten Tomatoes or whatever it does, like I'm trying to... What's a shitty movie that is just universally considered shitty? Let's look up Pauly Shore movies, shall we? Let's see. In the Army Now. Does In the Army Now have a better Rotten Tomatoes score as The Acolyte? It does. In the Army Now has a 44% audience score. The Acolyte has a 14. That's ridiculous. What about... what about Encino Man?
Two Rangers basically said we need supply guys, so if you go outside and fill out this paper we will send you to RASP after 8. I figured I have nothing to lose, so I might as well try it out.
Alex and Vince, thank you guys so much. And Doom, I appreciate it, guys. Give me 1 sec. Yeah, it's just kind of transparent what's going on, Breshvik, and whenever you say that, like, something fishy's going on, that's not to say that a lot of the reviews are legitimate, because they obviously are. But to deny that a lot of this is just kind of rage-filled hate reviewing, I think is pretty silly. But yeah, I am excited to continue watching. Again, I've only seen 3 episodes. I am excited to continue watching it. Because I'm enjoying it more than I'm not enjoying it. I don't know if my video today that I uploaded reflects that. I probably should have said that. I said it's not very good, which I still stand by that. But in terms of... So I still want to continue watching it. Because there's enough mystery there to kind of keep me engaged. But yeah, I don't think it's nearly as good as Andor. Andor is exceptional. And I still like TLJ. Those are my 2 favorite projects of this Disney Star Wars era. Andor, TLJ, and The Force Awakens are really my 3 things that I've enjoyed. The rest, the first season of The Mandalorian is there too. But like everything else, The Rise of Skywalker, Solo, Rogue One, Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, Boba Fett, it's just all kind of meh. It's just there, nothing special for me. And that's all right? That's all right. But anyway, I appreciate that, Breshvik. Cheers, man. And Doom Cause, thank you so much as well. Doom says, been a long time since I've watched a stream. Hope things are going well, Greedo. I've been too busy with life, but this is still my go-to channel. I've been too busy with life too, Doom. I did a stream yesterday, which was the first time that I'd done a stream since May 20-something. So it had been a month, a little over a month, since I did a stream. And I looked today when I uploaded my video, but it hasn't been since April since I made a video. So like, you're not missing anything, man. Life is busy for me too. Especially now that my daughter's on summer break. I'm just trying to, pop in from time to time. But getting my foot back in the door with streaming, and I want to make some you know, I've had some ideas for videos for a long time, and I just haven't pursued them. I have like a Google Docs thing, just full of little ideas and half-written scripts and stuff, and I want to really make a push to make those videos and finish those videos and whatnot. But yeah, you're not missing anything, Doom. I haven't been very active, less so than I ever have been, I would say. You know, in the past, there's been a few months where I don't do anything on the channel for a little while, and then I come back. And this is kind of one of those lull periods, you know. But I appreciate that, man. Hope everything is going well for you. There we go. Let's see here. Alex. There we go. Alex and Vince. I appreciate it, guys. Did I miss anybody here? No. Okay, cool. Alex says, hey, HG. Was in briefs, and 2 Rangers basically said, we need supply guys, so if you go outside and fill out this paper, we will send you to RASP after AIT. I figured I have nothing to lose, so I might as well try it out. What is RASP? See, you know, my world was the Navy. So a lot of the acronyms, let's see, Army. Ranger Assessment and Selection Program. Oh, interesting. Oh, nice. Okay. Is that something that you want to do? I mean, I know you wanted to, alright. I figured I have nothing to lose, so I might as well try it out. Yeah, I mean, I know you initially wanted to do infantry, and maybe this is a way. It's kind. So if you fail out or don't continue with the Ranger program, is it like the Army then has you by the balls, and whatever MOS they want you to have, they'll just put you in? I know that's how it was for some guys that I knew that attempted BUDS or SWIC when they failed out of SEAL school. You know, the Navy basically just had them, and they like put them into whatever position they needed. So a few of those guys that I knew like became yeomen and stuff like things that the complete opposite of what they wanted to do in the Navy. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, if that's something that you want to do, as you said, you might as well make the most of your 4-year enlistment and do, you know, you're only going to be there once. And then you're going to be an old fuck like me. And then you're going to look back and be like, I wish I would have done that, you know. So, yeah, might as well pursue it if that's where your heart is, you know. But, yeah. Will that add to your enlistment obligation if you go there? Just as a regular, I just stay as a regular. Oh, okay, that's good. I'll just go to a random base if I fail. If I don't go to RASP, I'll just go to a random base after AIT. I see. Okay, so you'll keep your MOS. All right. There we go. Well, yeah, I guess you got nothing to lose, right? And how does that work? Like, your MOS won't be a Ranger. Your MOS will be still a fueler, correct? So, how does that work? Are you... Because being a Ranger is almost like an auxiliary duty. It's not like a Ranger is an MOS. It's... Yeah, how does that work? Again, the Army was not my world at all. I don't know anything about it, for the most part. Just fueler in the regiment. Okay, gotcha. Interesting. I'll have to look into that. I don't know that world. Encino Man has a 56% audience score. The Acolyte has a 14. Son of the Mask. Jamie Kennedy, Son of the Mask. Son of the Mask has a 16% audience score. The Acolyte has a 14. The idea that the Acolyte has a 14% audience score, and Son of the Mask has a higher audience score, is hilarious to me. Not because it's legitimate, just because people think that's 100% legitimate. Anyway. Oh, maybe it does have a 13. I don't know. Anyway. I appreciate that, Alex. Cheers, man. Best of luck to you. Let us know how it goes. Vince, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support as well. Vince says, following any of the Superman stuff, set pics and whatnot. Don't know why, but I'm clinging to that movie. Want a goofy, feel-good Superman so bad. I do as well. I haven't really been following it all that much. The only time that I see any of the set pictures and stuff like that is when my buddy texts them to me. I'm a big fan of the suit. Yeah, I really like the look of the suit. So I'm with you, Vince. I think we probably see eye to eye. I want a lighthearted, silly Superman movie that just, as you said, a feel-good Superman movie. Because, you know, I was a big Superman fan growing up. On my wall, right on the other side of my computer monitor, I have a Superman 12-inch, I don't know, doll? Not a doll, but a big figure thing that I got when I was like 2 years old from my grandma on my dad's side, who passed away when I was like 5 years old. So that thing has just been with me my whole life. I'm a big Superman fan. I like Superman being silly. I like him being not intentionally silly, right? Like just feel good silly. I like him being an attaboy. I like him being a little Boy Scouty, a do-gooder. I like lighthearted Superman stuff. And I really hope that's kind of what we get, you know. I hope it doesn't devolve into the sky is falling at the end of the movie. I hope it's just a fun time, you know. But no, I haven't done my own Googling with the latest Superman happenings. Like I said, I really just rely on my buddy, same guy who I dressed up with for Revenge of the Sith midnight premiere in 2005. I was Greedo, he was Han. He's a big Superman guy too, and he texts me set pictures and stuff like that whenever they come out. So yeah, I'm the same way, Vince. I like Superman saving cats from trees. I like him just helping out regular citizens with everyday tasks. Not everything needs to be, you know, big bad, thrown into buildings and the sky is falling. Superman is at his best when he's just a good dude, right? But yeah, anyway. I appreciate that, Vince. Swish Fish, thank you so much for the super chat as well. Swish says, oh, have you seen the 20-minute Star Wars Outlaws trailer yet? I think so. Let me see. Was it a trailer, or was it like just 20 minutes? Maybe I haven't. I have watched a few longer Star Wars Outlaws like gameplay demo stuff that came out a couple weeks ago, or maybe a month ago now. Okay, you said it's a huge gameplay trailer, so I'm pretty sure I saw that then. Trying trying to find the exact video. It's funny, like when you try to find an exact video, sometimes it's kind of hard because, you know, there's 1,000 commentary videos or 1,000 people talking over the original video, and it kind of becomes hard to find the original video, right? Okay, so yeah, I'm pretty sure I have seen it swish. Yeah, I'm excited. Let me try to find, let's see. Videos, official gameplay showcase. Okay, the one that I saw was 10 minutes, I think. I do not believe that I've seen a 20-minute long one. Yeah, I've seen this 10-minute long one. It looks cool, man. I'm very hopeful, and I'm excited to play it. I'm definitely going to get it on the PC. So I'll be able to stream it when I can, you know. So, yeah, I haven't really made any videos at all. I haven't made a single video since April, which is crazy, until this morning. But, yeah, I haven't really talked about Outlaws at all. I haven't really been following it. You know, when they release a teaser or a trailer or like this gameplay footage, I will watch it. But other than that, I don't really know the minutia, the details of what, you know, what it's going to be, what it yeah. But anyway, I appreciate that swish. Cheers. Yeah. Forbes has pointed out that last week on Rotten Tomatoes, 25,000 people reviewed The Acolyte after 3 weeks, while The Mandalorian has just 17,500 reviews over 3 seasons. That's interesting. It's a culture war, man. It's just, for whatever reason, people get stirred up. It's like, I mean, people make something out of nothing. It's like that. So, okay. Like, Leslie Headland, they're sitting there in this and this isn't me defending the show or defending anything that Disney's done. This is just me looking at something and just being like, wow, people are overreacting to fucking nothing. They're being silly human beings. Like, you know, they're sitting there being interviewed in a press junket, and they might be talking to 50 interviewers in one shot. You know, they're just sitting there. A new interviewer comes in, introduces themselves, and then asks them a couple questions for 5-10 minutes, and they leave, and then another interviewer comes in and does the same thing. And they're sitting there all day, just getting the same questions, different questions, you know, statements. So it's just like an all-day event. And then some guy comes in and says, you know, this is the gayest Star Wars ever. And they laugh about it. It's like a silly little thing. And who gives a shit, right? What do you expect them to do? What do you expect them to do? Do you expect them to be like, well, how dare you? That's not our focus. What do you expect them to do? They're having like a casual chit chat, a conversation, and they're giggling about something silly. Right? I mean, and then they like jokingly say that R2-D2 is a lesbian, and then all of a sudden you have like fucking Ben Shapiro like looking at this interview, and he's like deadpan, and he's like, this is what they're doing to our children. Okay, you weasel. Like, it's so fucking transparent what you're doing, overreacting to nothing. Like, they're joking, they're laughing about R2-D2 being a lesbian. As like, you think you legitimately watched this and thought they were being serious? Like, that's so much of like internet commentary surrounding entertainment. It's just people overreacting to nothing in this stupid fucking culture war. Like, it embarrasses my soul. Like, really? You're gonna make dozens of videos talking about this when it was like a 30-second giggle? Like, dude, it's just like so fucking embarrassing. It's so stupid. Like, even like Red Letter Media talked about it, they did a great job. Like, going back decades, R2-D2 and C-3PO were always like, that was the joke. You know, they were a couple. That was the joke. You can go back and like look at old skits and stuff like that. The Simpsons. Like, that was the joke. But no, now people are fucking offended. Not my culture. Not my Star Wars. That's been the joke for 30 years. 40 years. Like... people are so silly. And, like, it's... I do not legitimately believe that these people are angry about this stuff. I think they see it for what it is. They know that it was a silly joke, right? It was a big nothing. But in order for them to kind of maintain this this sword and shield warrior position in the culture war, how fucking embarrassing is that, right? They have to overreact to things and make videos about it and talk about it as if it fucking matters, you know? And then a bunch of impressionable kids. There's a lot of impressionable kids who like see this stuff and they're repeating these phrases and these arguments. And I'm just like, man, it all embarrasses me so much. Whatever. Anyway. Let's see. Alex Dunn and Vince. I appreciate that, guys. Let's see. Who is first? Vince. Vince, thank you so much. Vince says, Star Wars Bounty Hunter is coming to Steam. Yeah, I saw that right before I started this stream, man. I'm excited because, as you know, as I've talked about, I never played that game. I never played Star Wars Bounty Hunter. I never had a GameCube. I never had a PlayStation. The game came out in 2002. And I've been a primarily PC gamer my entire life. We got our first PC when I was like 8 years old in 1994. I think that's when we got our first computer. And I never looked back, man. Like I really never looked back to consoles. Ever since then, I've been playing PC games. You know, I own consoles over the years. I had like an Xbox 360 that I never touched. I have a Xbox One S right now that I never touch. I have a Nintendo Switch that I never touch. I just always been a PC gamer, you know. But yeah, I'm excited to give it a shot, Vince. I know a lot of people say that's their favorite Star Wars game. So I'm excited to jump in and finally see what it's all about. But yeah, I appreciate that, man. Alex Dunn, thank you so much as well. Did you finish Survivor? I haven't, just been busy. Yeah, I haven't either. Let me look at Steam. It's been so long since I've fired it up. It's honestly, man, it's probably been since I got this computer back in October. Nope. So the last time I played Survivor was November 9th. And yeah, like I said, I just don't do many streams now. And if I play a game like by myself, on my PC, it's always going to be a multiplayer game. Like, honestly, the only time that I ever play a game on my computer, to tell you the truth, is multiplayer, and most of the time with buddies. Like right now we're playing Fallout 76 again. You know, we started playing it when it first came out. We played it for like a month. My buddy stuck with it for the past 5 or 6 years, on and off. But I've been back into it since April, and like that's kind of what's consuming my gaming time right now. Jedi Survivor, on the other hand, it takes a lot for me to get into a single player game, and it's the type of game that I do want to stream. So, you know, I'll get around to playing it, to streaming it eventually. Can't say when. Probably when my daughter's back in school. And if I do start streaming it again, it'll be like, you know, during the day. Like I'll take her to school, get back home at like 9 in the morning, and then stream from like 9:30 to noon, and then go pick her up. I think that'd be fun. But yeah, I haven't had any issues, Daniel. I got my new PC in October, and my old PC I built in 2015, so it was basically 10 years old. And Jedi Survivor would not run on it at all. So, you know, but that machine was great. That was a great computer. That was such a good computer. Lasted me 10 years. Never had any issues with it. Jedi Survivor and one other game I can't remember were the first time that like I ever had any issues playing modern games, which is crazy to me. A 10-year-old system was fine. But yeah, my new computer, I have a 4080. Yeah, it's all good. But anyway, Austin, thank you so much for becoming the latest member of the fleet. I greatly appreciate that. If everybody could do me a big favor and say, Austin, welcome to the fleet. Thanks, dude. Welcome to the fleet, man. I appreciate that support. Cheers, Austin. Oscar Rodriguez, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Oscar says, if you brought back Inside Star Wars, would you tackle beyond the movies? Which scenes of Andor, Ahsoka, Acolyte, Obi-Wan, Boba Fett, and Mando would you be in? Oh, that's really tough. I would have to do the witch ceremony and the Acolyte. I think that'd be fun to just put myself in and be a little silly goose in it. But golly, I don't know, Oscar. Maybe I would put on a Michael Myers mask in like a zip up flight suit or a coveralls, and have a butcher knife and like put myself in the Obi-Wan scene where they're chasing after little Leia, but I would turn it into like Michael Myers Halloween horror. Maybe that would be good. If I had time and ambition, I would do these ideas. And maybe somebody else can. I don't know off the top of my head what other things I would do. Probably put myself in the Boba Fett and show and talk about how it's all like so many episodes are just Mandalorian heavy. Just put myself in the show. I don't know, man. I've always wanted to do an Inside Star Wars the holiday special. So if I ever do another Inside Star Wars video, that's what I will do, you know? But, yeah. But yeah. I appreciate that, Oscar. I do miss, you know, making those types of videos, man. It was fun. It was a fun little you know, I only made a couple of them, but they were really fun and goofy. Those videos, you know, they took a lot of time to make. And back then when I made it, all I had was time. Like, I was working from home. I was doing Greedo heavily. Like, this channel was, yeah, I worked from home at the time, so like once I was done, I was like, okay, I'm gonna fucking make a video and work on stuff. So, it was great, and yeah, it was before any obligations. We didn't have a kid, you know. When was that? Like 2015 or so. So like, yeah, life was just more simple, and I had more time to work on things like that, you know. So I'm very nostalgic for that time period, just because I feel like the channel was a little more loosey-goosey. I mean, it is very laid back now, but back then it was just kind of like whatever I wanted to make, I just had endless amount of time to make it. It was fun, you know. Maybe one day I'll put my focus and effort into making something like that again, but I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. Alex Dunn, once again, thank you so much. Alex says, I miss your Inside Star Wars The Force Awakens. Yeah, that's on Patreon, actually, I'm pretty sure. I think I uploaded that onto Patreon because, like, within 24 hours of me uploading that back in, like, 2016, it got taken down by Disney. And I was like, oh, shit, you know, I don't know what to do with this video file. And then a couple of years ago, I just was like, oh, I guess I'll upload it to Patreon. So I just uploaded it there. I don't do anything really on Patreon. It's been up there forever. I used to keep up with it, but just like the channel, I don't really keep up with much at all. So like, I don't think, honestly, I don't think subscribing to Patreon just to see like a 3-minute long video is worth it to you. But yeah, maybe I'll upload it at some point, somewhere as a private video on here. I don't know. It's pretty goofy. I don't really remember what I did in it, to tell you the truth. Yeah, I really don't remember. No. But yeah, Alex, I miss that era in general. It was a fun little loosey-goosey era for the channel, and I did a lot of fun, creative, silly stuff. But again, it's just the nature of not having a lot of time these days, and, you know. But maybe one day I'll make another type of videos like that, you know. Yeah. Austin's latest fleet member, Austin, says, I didn't know you were still making content. A surprise, but a welcome one. Yeah, cheers, man. I do from time to time. Like, I haven't uploaded a video since April. I just uploaded one this morning for the first time since April. And, you know, I'll stream a couple times a month. I'm trying to get back into it, but, you know, life, career, family. YouTube is something that I just dabble in from time to time for fun. And, you know, I don't feel any pressure to make stuff. I just make stuff when I want to make stuff. So, to me, I have a very healthy relationship with this shit, you know. But yeah. Cheers, man. Oh, that's interesting, Andrew. I appreciate that. That's kind of a neat thought. Alex, thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate the support and best of luck. Keep me posted with everything going on with Army World. And yeah, it'll be an interesting ride if you decide to kind of pull the trigger on that decision.
I took my 12-year-old
Cheers, man.
to see the 25th anniversary of the Phantom Menace for the first time. She loves Jar Jar. Anyways, awesome stream.
Nice.
Keep up the good work.
Qui-Gon Jinn, thank you so much for the generous super chat and channel support of the stream. Probably the final super chat and channel support of the stream before we hit the hour mark, and I got a jet. Let's see. Where did it go? Qui-Gon says, back on May 4th, I took my 12-year-old daughter to see the 25th anniversary of the Phantom Menace for the first time. She loves Jar Jar. Anyways, awesome stream. Keep up the good work. I appreciate that, dude. That's fun. That's a good age. Like, had she? Oh, so she had never seen the Phantom Menace before. What if she? I'm assuming she'd seen some Star Wars, right? But I was debating, Qui-Gon, about taking our daughter to see it. She's 6. She doesn't care about Star Wars right now, and I don't know if she ever will, which is fine. Like, why would I care, right? Obviously, I want to show her the fun things that I'm into, but if she's not into them, no skin off my back, right? But I was like, is 6 years old too young? I mean, The Phantom Menace is the right movie to take a 6-year-old to if you're going to take them to a Star Wars movie. It's the most kiddie, right? So I decided against it. Like, we just had a fun day at the pool. And, you know, maybe one day they'll re-release it in the theater. Or I would just watch them at home, right? But I know she wouldn't really get anything out of it. She's more into she's into her own stuff, of course. My Little Pony is what she's into really big time right now. But that's cool that you got to share that with your kid, man. You know, that's definitely a cool experience to experience a movie that you probably saw, 25 years ago as a kid in the theater, and now you get to share that experience with your kid.
People are so unhinged
one sec.
about this show. Right-wing outrage guys act a retcon of Ki-Adi-Mundi's B-Day is like erasing lines from the Magna Carta or Emancipation Proclamation when nobody cared about it.
Michael Casanova, thank you so much, and Benjamin B, thank you so much as well. But yeah, Qui-Gon, I'm glad you got to experience that, man. I am curious, like, what my daughter would think about a lot of the characters and Jar Jar in particular, as a 6-year-old. But cheers. At that point, it's less about the movie and more about bonding, right? Sharing that experience. But cheers, Qui-Gon. Best to the both of you. Benjamin B. Dude, episode 5 really convinced me. Acolyte is better than at least 2 of the prequels. A+ episodes. Sometimes cheesy, but Star Wars has always been cornball. Nice. That's good to hear, man. I've like so much, if I scroll on Twitter, a lot of people are ranting and raving about the 5th episode. People that weren't really, that were kind of on the fence about the show, and it seems kind of universal, at least in the circles that I've seen, that episode 5 is really where it's at. So yeah, like I said, Ben, I'm probably going to watch the 4th and 5th episode tomorrow, if I have time at the station. If not, I'll find another time to watch it. But yeah, like I've said, there's enough mystery there for me to want to continue. Like like Boba Fett, there wasn't really much there that wanted to make me watch it. I felt obligated to watch it, you know. This, I don't feel obligated. I want to continue watching it, you know. But yeah, it's good to hear. I definitely will. We'll talk about my thoughts on those episodes, the 5th one and whatnot, when I get around to watching it. But cheers, Ben. I appreciate that, man. Michael Casanova, thank you so much for the final super chat and channel support before I got a jet. Michael says, people are so unhinged about this show. Right-wing outrage guys act like a retcon of Kiadamundi's birthday is like erasing lines from the Magna Carta or Emancipation Proclamation when nobody cared about it. Yeah, and it's, Michael, it's also like, I mean, it's something to complain about, right? No matter what it is, somebody's going to complain about it. But like for me, I'm almost 40. Like, the amount of shit that I've seen changed in Star Wars, even before Disney acquired the franchise. I mean, like, fucking Boba Fett's identity used to be Jaster Muriel, or Owen Lars used to be Obi-Wan Kenobi's brother, according to the Return of the Jedi novelization. Like, dude, the amount of shit that has changed in Star Wars over the past 40 plus years is crazy, you know? So when something minute, something so insignificant changes like that, it's my reaction is just like, okay, whatever. A, who fucking gives a shit? 99.99999% of the people watching this stuff, you know, they're not going to get bogged down in dumb details like that don't mean fucking anything. At a certain point, when your knowledge and your adherence to lore as like a locked in, unmovable, unchangeable thing reduces your enjoyment of the entertainment value, then I think you're looking in the wrong spots for things to enjoy. Like, that kind of stuff should not dictate what you appreciate in a show, what you're looking for in a show. Like, if you're bothered by a birthday, a slight change in age of a character, well, then I'm sorry. I think we're looking at the wrong thing. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, I appreciate that there, Michael. I'm with you. It's all silly. It's all so silly. Just, you know, decades of retcons and changes and I mean, look, my biggest complaint in all of Star Wars is that the movies that I grew up with and loved were outright changed drastically. Scenes, characters, you know. Modern day CG, lines of dialogue were completely changed. I mean, I feel like that's a little, and all I want is like an official release of those movies as they were when I saw them as a kid. That's not too much to ask. That's nowhere, like, I just want to see the Star Wars that I grew up with, man. Is that a big deal? I think that's a little bit of more of a big deal than some fucking background character's birthday kinda changing a little bit. I don't know. It's all so silly. I don't know. I guess I don't know. People make problems out of nothing. I guess when your biggest problem in life, your biggest complaint is that a character in a thing's birthday was kind of changed a fucking little bit, I guess you got a pretty easy life. You don't see too much shit. If that's your biggest complaint. You got it pretty good, right? But anyway, I gotta get going, man. Or maybe you don't, and that's just your outlet being an asshole. Complaining about everything. But alright, guys, I gotta get going. It's 9 o'clock. I gotta get my work clothes together. What else? I might actually just record some audio real quick about Bounty Hunter coming out on the PC and everything. That'd be an easy little whatever video to throw up. Show my excitement for something that I've never played before. But yeah. Alright, guys, I gotta get going. Thank you so much to everybody who super chatted this evening and supported the channel. Thank you for everybody to just hung out and shot the shit. But alright, guys, enjoy the rest of your morning, your afternoon, your evening, wherever you are on planet Earth. And I will catch you all on the flip side. See ya! I don't know, John. I mean, like, yeah, back in the day. But over the past 13 years of this channel's existence, I've maybe made like 10 videos about the prequels. I mean, legitimately. In 13 years, 10 videos about the prequels, some movies I don't really care for. I think it's kind of fucking different than ranting and raving every single day about inconsequential bullshit. I think there's a big fucking difference, but anyway, have a good night, John.